Jai Shiva Narayan.
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 I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We witnessed and experienced a power surge at the Sri Narayan Dham today. That power surge permeated the entire globe. This energy that emanated from this ashram has found itself in the material consciousness of planet Earth, and it entered every continent. Today, I'm going to unpack what happened here. A bona fide spiritual master must ooze with transcendental knowledge. A bona fide spiritual master does not by heart. He realizes. And I'm giving you this knowledge through realization. I want you to go. I'm challenging you and anyone in the world, wherever this discourse reaches, that nobody in the past 5,000 years has unpacked Hanuman Baba as I'm going to do today. I'm going to unpack what happened there. I'm going to unpack who Hanuman Baba is according to scripture. Not to your granny, not grandfather's story, not granny stories, not books bought at Maharaj's prayer books. I'm going to unpack. There is only one book in Sanatana Dharma. And that is this Bhagavad Gita. And who spoke this Bhagavad Gita? Lord Sri Krishna. Sanatana Dharma is not a religion. Sanatana Dharma was never a religion. Sanatana Dharma is the absolute science of how living entities must live in this universe. That is all Sanatana Dharma is. So if Sanatana Dharma is a science, this science cannot be man-made, because you would have discovered that all the scientific discovery right up to today. Today they're talking about string theory. They're talking about string theory. This string theory that they're talking about today is already there in the Rig Veda. But they abolished many theories before they came to this string theory. So science is not absolute. The Supreme Lord is absolute. And only knowledge emanating from the Supreme Lord is knowledge that a human needs to take in terms of spirituality. And let me show you how the Lord does this. The Vedas is the essence and attribute of the Supreme Lord? What does essence mean? What does attribute mean? Vedas is inherent in the Supreme Lord. Inherent. It is part of the very breath he takes. The Vedas emanate from Om, and it goes back into Om. It is an absolute science. God gives the Vedas to sages. The sages record the Vedas. Then God comes down and he lives the Vedas. So the Vedas is the essence of God. Then, can you... The Vedas is enacted by God. Vedas is, it is his essence. Then he comes down to earth and he enacts his essence. I want you to follow me very carefully. The Vedas is the essence of God. Then he comes down, he incarnates as Lord Ram and Lord Shri Krishna, and he enacts his essence. Then he incarnates partially as Veda Vyas and he compiles his essence. Are you following me? He gives us this Vedic wisdom. Then he enacts this Vedic wisdom. Then he writes this Vedic wisdom. Why do you think God goes to so much of trouble doing this? Anyone? Jay, you haven't answered the question in a long while. Why do you think God has to take a birth in human form as Veda Vyas and compile this information? Take birth in human form and enact this information. You all heard of decided cases? Have you all heard of decided cases? The Vedas is decided cases by the Supreme Lord himself. Why? I'm asking the question, why you think God did all of this?
To set a good example.
No, because the Vedas is absolute. No human, no saint, no sage, no prophet is absolute. The Vedas is absolute. Absolute information has to be enacted absolutely by the absolute person and also compiled by the absolute person. Do you understand? That is why there is never a mistake in the Vedas, and that is why you cannot by heart the Vedas. You have to realize it. You have to experience and realize the Vedas. Do you understand? So there is no room for your great granny stories in the Vedas. No room for any human administration in any part of the world. If you contradict the Vedas, then against whose essence are you going? Against whose essence are you going? The Supreme Lord. And I'm only talking to Hindus. I'm only talking to Hindus or Sanatan Dharmis. If you say I am a Hindu or I am a Sanatan Dharmi, and if you don't follow the Bhagavad Gita, are you a Sanatan Dharmi? If you're a Muslim and you don't follow the Quran, are you a Muslim? If you're a Christian and you don't follow the Bible, are you a Christian? If you are a Hindu and you don't follow the Bhagavad Gita, can you call yourself a Hindu or a Sanatana Dharmi? I'm asking you. Because if you don't follow the Bhagavad Gita and you do anything contrary to the Bhagavad Gita, it means you're a fake Hindu or you're a fake Sanat. Are you following my reasoning? And this is my job. This is why I took my birth in the Western world. This is why I took my birth in the Western world. I only speak English. I am a guru of the 21st century. I'm bringing the Bhagavad Gita to life in the 21st century. All of you understand? Everything that I do has to be within the parameters of the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 4, verse 34. Lord Sri Krishna states that if you want knowledge, transcendental knowledge, you must find a bona fide spiritual master who is self-realized and God-realized. Self-realization takes you to God-realization. You understand? This guru must prove himself to you. To you must do due diligence before you take a guru. Who's saying that? The Supreme Lord is stating that you must do due diligence before you take a guru. So let's do a quick test here, logical, commonsensical test. Who would be a fake guru? Logic, anyone?
One who doesn't practice the word of this one.
Unrealized person.
An unrealized person. A guru that does not have knowledge. Knowledge must flow from the guru. Remember, I've never been to Hindi school, never learned Sanskrit. I was busy minding my own business. Mining. I was busy minding my own multi-million rand business when Guruji found me. Do you understand? I was busy minding my own multi-million rand business. When Guruji found me, he asked me to relinquish your business and take over my mission. Captain, how many times I met you in this year? 6. Captain and I go back 35 years. I'm coming from the police force. Captain is still currently in the police force. He will tell you the quality of policeman I was. Captain, can you tell these people anytime if they come to you? Because Captain worked in radio control and I worked on the streets. Every duty that I used to go on, I used to kiss my big son, Sean, goodbye, because I didn't know whether I'm going to see him again. Right or wrong, Captain? What type of work I did? I was on the streets. Anything in action, I was there. Do you understand? I'm coming from the 4th highest military training in the world. Yes, Captain? Captain as well. You understand? So, this does not give me pleasure wearing a dhoti and sitting here and talking to you. I was an atheist for 25 years. It gives me no pleasure to leave my millions and come here and sit. I am doing this because I was instructed by my spiritual master. Niren Bhai, You heard me greeting the world just now. I said locally, nationally, internationally. In your sleep, you managed to hear that?
You said it now.
Yes, yes. All right. So just after my invocation, I greeted the world. My first satsang opened. Niren Bhai was in the governing body. I went to him. We started paying 300 rand for a classroom in Reservoir. He was there for my first satsang. First satsang. So look, Captain is there. Captain Niren Bhai is there. Because when you perceive something, you must keep it perceived. Because when you discuss it, then you must have evidence. I am saying, in my time, I was a well-established policeman. You agree, Captain? See? Evidence. I am saying, I started in a classroom, and Niren Bhai played the first tabla. And before I complete this discourse, he'll show you his style, because I haven't seen that style of playing tabla. From so many hundreds of tabla players came through, all right? He's got a unique style, all right? And I want to thank him publicly, because he took care of our sound. He was a sound man, all right? And he's a black belt, I don't know how many Dan and Dannies. 3 Dan, all right? So, there is a purpose, there is a reason why I'm saying this. No matter, I sent a post earlier, how many of you remember? No matter how many people believe a lie, it is still a lie. No matter how many people don't believe the truth, it is still the truth. Mervyn, carry this, you might need it along the way. All right? So let me unpack what happened here today. What did we do today? What did we do here today? We recited the Hanuman Chalisa 108 times. So this ashram got a lot of enemies. Ashram got a lot of enemies. And these enemies will be stating how Acharyaji, who was expounding Sri Vaishnavism clinically, has now gone to Devis and Devtas. Maybe there's a big businessman bought him because he wanted to use the ashram, couple thousands here and there. I don't know, maybe you want to put a hall for us, hall is too small. So Acharyaji conned one businessman, and because of that businessman, Acharyaji went against his word. So let me unpack. Who is Hanuman Baba? Who knows who is Hanuman Baba? Who is Hanuman Baba? He is the 11th avatar of Lord Shiva. He is the 11th Rudra avatar. He is the 11th Rudra avatar of Lord Shiva. How was Lord Rudra born? And why was he born? Who knows? Who knows? Lord Rudra was born from the eyebrows of Lord Brahma. when Lord Brahma was angry. When Lord Brahma was angry. Why was Lord Brahma angry? Because his firstborn were the 4 Sanat Kumaras. The 4 Sanat Kumaras. Why did his 4 children get him so angry? They refused to get married and populate the universe. They became spiritual masters. They became spiritual masters. They are the Guru principle. The first principle is the creative principle. The second principle is, first principle is the God principle. Second principle is the creative principle. Third principle is the Guru principle. Third principle is Guru principle. The human being is the 11th principle. Can you see the difference between a human being and a bona fide spiritual master? Can you see the difference? How many principles different? When you try to look at a guru, it's like you're holding a candle trying to see the sun. You holding a candle trying to see the sun, which is impossible. You understand? So because Lord Brahma was angry with the Guru principle, Rudra was born. And he sits in places in your body, which I will do in another discourse. But I want to bring this back. I want to unpack it into Sri Vaishnavism. Okay, I'm going to lead you. What is the first line in the Hanuman Chalisa? What is the first line? What is that line? Line number 1 in the Hanuman Chalisa telling you.
Glory to the one who has knowledge as wide as the ocean.
And who is that? So in this 108 sessions, the Hanuman Chalisa in sentence number 1 glorified the Guru. Yes or no? Yes or no? But I am saying that everything must be in the Bhagavad Gita. Then I need to prove with evidence that this 108 Chalisas we did is authorized in the Bhagavad Gita. Yes or no? It's not a Mickey Mouse satsang where you just come, hear some bhajans, feel good, and go home. I inject you with bona fide information, transcendental information. You understand? When you come here, you must open your ears and drink the information through your ears that the Guru gives you. Is my daddy. So chapter 1, verse 20. Chapter 1, verse 20. Then Arjuna, who had Hanuman as his banner crest, on beholding the sons of Dastarashtra in array, took up his bow, while missiles were beginning to fly. Where is Hanuman Baba? He is sitting centralized in the Kurukshetra war. He is sitting centralized in the Kurukshetra war. Is it part of the Bhagavad Gita? Can I bring this 108 chants and synthesize it with the Supreme Lord Himself? Because that chariot which Lord Sri Krishna rode on behalf of Arjuna had the flag of Lord Hanuman. You understand? You know why this 108 Chalisas were authentic. Can you see it? Can you understand it? This is what a bona fide guru must teach you. You don't go to a satsang, sing, do your rituals, and go home. You go to a satsang, you sing your bhajans, and you listen to a bona fide spiritual master. If you went to school and you sang your school's national anthem like what we used to do, then you raised your school's flag and you went home, would you have any education? So going to a satsang, hearing bhajans, doing your rituals and going home, you learned nothing. You learned nothing. Do you understand? Is it logical? Is it commonsensical? And you must follow. You must follow an authority. You can't do things in your own. In the morning when you get up, you follow an authority, don't you? You go to a toilet at a certain time. If you've got 5 in the family, you already got an order who must go to toilet first, who must bath first, who must have the breakfast first. Is the order? Then you drive in the traffic. Is the order? Then you go to work. You go sit on your boss's chair and tell him, my grandfather did that in his time. I'm doing it in my time. Can you do that? You must follow order. Similarly, in your religious and spiritual practices, you must follow order. You must follow order. So let's bring this, let's unpack it further. Premila, I told you, cook supper, you must always listen to the Guru. Gurus never make a mistake. I asked you to cook supper. Chapter 10. Chapter 10, verse 23. Of the Rudras I am Shankara. Who is saying this? Who is saying this? Lord Sri Krishna is stating in chapter 10, verse 23, of the Rudras I am Shankara. Who is Shankara? Which Lord Shiva? The one that you and I know. The one that is in meditation. The one that lives in Kailash. Shankara is that Lord Shiva. Shiva, the name Shiva, is a formless blue light Shiva. And Shankara is the Shiva with form. All of you understand? You understand? Did we do a bona fide satsang? Is he in the Vedas? Did we find him in the Bhagavad Gita? Did Lord Sri Krishna himself say, of the Rudras, he is Shankara? Lord Sri Krishna said that. Then whatever we're doing is ordained by God. Anything not ordained by God is demonic. Anything not ordained by God is demonic. Anything ordained by God is divine. So let's go further. There is no mistake in Sanatana Dharma. No mistake. Only in 700 verses, Lord Shri Krishna outlined everything. So let's see the next verse. Let's see the next verse. Remember, this satsang is live on Facebook. You can catch me what time I open to this page. You can catch me what time I open to this page. But look at the relevance of the next verse. When I opened this page, we still had 73 more Chalisas to go when I opened this page. And I put this sticker. You'll catch it on Facebook. But watch the next verse, Niraj. Among family priests, comma, or Arjuna, this is verse number 24. Among family priests, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Braspati. How many of you heard of Braspati? How many of you heard of Braspati? And then, I just want to complete this verse. Of generals, I am Skanda. Of reservoirs of water, I am the ocean. But I want you to understand that priests and Purohits are here in the Bhagavad Gita, and the lineage, according to the Supreme Lord, must come down from Braspati. So I'm asking you, who is Braspati? Braspati is the spiritual master of 330 million Devis and Devas. Braspati is the spiritual master of 330 million Devis and Devas. Who does this 330 million Devis and Devtas worship? $330 million Devis and Devtas, they are cosmic administrators. Whom do they worship? Lord Sri Narayan. Who is Lord Sri Krishna? An incarnation of Lord Sri Narayan. If that system is here in the Bhagavad Gita, any other system that contradicts this system in Sanatana Dharma will be false. Is the Guru saying this? Who is saying this? Who is saying this? Lord Sri Krishna. Do you understand? So the Guru is not saying anything. Everything is in the Bhagavad Gita. So I've unpacked for you, which was never done in this 5,000 years, that synthesized Lord Hanuman and brought him into the Bhagavad Gita. This is what Acharyas do. This is the job of an Acharya. This is what an Acharya does. The definition of Acharya, who knows? Who knows the definition of an Acharya? A spiritual master who expounds transcendental knowledge through his own realizations and experiences and example. Look at all the examples I gave you. You'll never find it anywhere. Which means I realize this information on my own through a transcendental system. And I'm going to close. I know you are tired and we still have 2 more things to do outside. A human being exists in 4 states. A human being exists in 4 states. This state, beside Narayan, all of us were in a wake state during this day. That is state number 1. Narayan Bhai went into dream state whilst we were in a wake state. That is state number 2. Then there's the dreamless state. When you sleep, you do not dream anything. Have you experienced that? And you get up next morning and you say, I'm so fresh, I didn't dream. I'm revitalized. You all felt like that? That is the dreamless state. And the 4th state. 4th state is the transcendental state. 4th state is the transcendental state. In the 4th state, you can sit like the Guru and download straight from Vaikuntha. See what I'm doing? And anyone in the world right now, anyone in the world can challenge me on this. Captain, anyone in any part of the world can challenge me on this. I am currently downloading from Vaikuntha. And you can only download if you are self-realized and God-realized. Then you come to this 4th stage. And my job is to bring all of you onto this 4th stage. My job is, as a Sri Vaishnavite, my job is to bring you to this 4th stage. If you come into me for anything else, I'm giving you lollipops. Oh baby, suck this lollipop. But after the lollipop, I need to groom you to reach your 4th state. If you enter the 4th state, at death, you'll never take a body again. So this is my mission, this is my job, this is why I am here. And then a parting shot. This is the only Sri Sampradaya ashram on the African continent. Anyone can challenge me on that. 2, this is the only ashram of Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj in any part of the world. I'm challenging them as well. Nobody has substantially expounded the Vedas. His 2 sons are seminal gurus. Do you know what seminal gurus mean? Do you know what seminal gurus mean? The son of a guru. You understand? I am a transcendental guru. And that is why the last transcendental knowledge was spoken by Guruji in 2001. 2001. I took over in 2013. I am a direct link transcendently to my spiritual master. And I'm asking anyone, all these Mickey Mouse people, they watch me. So I'm talking to the Mickey Mouse people, they all watch us. They don't comment, you can't see them. Alright? I'm saying I'm putting this challenge forward. Because what did Lord Sri Krishna state in the Bhagavad Gita? What is the resolution of the Bhagavad Gita? If anyone attacks righteousness, I am not Mahatma Gandhi. I'm Acharya Sham Ramanuj. Mahatma Gandhi misinterpreted the Bhagavad Gita and he created his own philosophy called the Gandhian philosophy. You understand? I am Acharya Sham Ramanuj. I'm following the Bhagavad Gita. Anyone attacked me unrighteously, my job is to use the same weapon that you used to attack me and beat the daylights out of you. That's my instruction from Lord Sri Krishna himself. I fear no one. I've taken everyone on. Right round the world. Whoever you are, I took you on from this platform. You understand? And I've always won. Why do I always win, Mervyn? Because I am within the parameters. Nobody can touch the Bhagavad Gita. You touch me, then you have to touch the Bhagavad Gita. Right at the end, chapter 18, Lord Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, go and fight. So I don't leave anything under my carpet in my kutir. This is a different kind of satsang. You tackle me, I tackle. You understand? Then we'll close with Lord Shiva. You think it's right we close with Lord Shiva? All of you? Because this incarnation that we worship today is from Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva says in the Guru Gita, he tells Mata Parvati, if anyone makes me angry, the Guru can pacify me. The Guru can pacify me. But if anyone makes the Guru angry, then not even I can pacify the Guru. And that is a verdict, injunction. Jai Shiva Narayan.
Jai Shiva.